This video was made by the College of Health and Human Sciences at Colorado State University, specifically for the Department of Occupational Therapy. Video of 3 students at Colorado State University who are student veterans that we will meet throughout the course of this video is shown over the top of the wind sound that you can hear, as well as the music that begins.
I was in the Air Force for 13 years. I was a Joint Terminal Attack Controller, or a JTAC.
Chris LaBerge, who is a computer science student at Colorado State University and also a participant of the New Start for Student Veterans program, is pictured outside on the balcony of the computer science building, giving an interview.
I served 4 years in the Marine Corps. The transition from military to civilian is pretty difficult.
Seth Kimball, who is a U.S. Marine veteran, also studying at Colorado State University, studying ecosystem science and sustainability, who is also a participant of the New Start for Student Veterans program, is pictured outside of the Warner College for Natural Resources building, giving an interview.
I was inspired to join the U.S. Armed Forces by my family.
Kara Hopkins, who's an Air Force veteran, a student at CSU, studying both interior architecture and design and construction management, also a participant of the New Start for Student Veterans program, is pictured giving her interview inside of the Richardson Design Center.
I served in the United States Air Force.
While Kara is speaking, photos of her during her time serving in the U.S. Air Force are shown on screen.
I felt like a fish out of water when I first came home from the service.
It's a little lonely getting out.
While Chris is speaking to how lonely it is and how lonely his experience was leaving the service, video of him outside of the computer science building with a peer is played over the top of his interview footage.
I went and lived with my sister, which kind of helped to have family.
Fortunately, I had college to look forward to.
And I started school almost right away, so I made sure I had something to do to keep myself occupied.
I think I learned in the service to put people first, not necessarily from the service, but just because I saw that it was something that was needed.
While Kara Hopkins is speaking about her experience leaving the service, video of her interacting with presumably her classmates is shown on screen.
Even in my career today, mission comes last.
Video of Kara having a one-on-one with a professor is shown on screen.
And people come first.
I first learned about the New Start program during my computer science degree. This is probably 2019. I was working with the Adult Learner Veteran Services, which is amazing. It's part of the reason CSU is ranked as one of the top veteran schools in the country.
The New Start program is part of our support education portfolio. It started about 10 years ago.
James Graham, who is the director of the Center for Community Partnerships at Colorado State University, is now pictured on screen.
Essentially, they developed the idea of providing holistic individual services to meet the unique needs of post 9/11 student veterans.
Kara Hopkins is pictured yet again having a one-on-one with her professor.
I specifically started New Start during the pandemic, and my brother had just recently passed away, and so I was struggling with that a little bit. And then I started a new major, which it wasn't on campus anymore, so I needed resources and help, and I reached out.
It helped me feel more a part of the CSU community.
While Seth begins to speak again, video of him enjoying a summer day on CSU's campus, as well as a photo of him during his time in the service, are both shown on screen.
Coming from the military and just simply having that age and maturity gap between my peers, it sort of made me feel not necessarily a part of the college experience that everyone else was having. So to meet with New Start and to meet with like-minded people, they really helped me feel at home here at CSU and find my place.
What drew me to New Start was I was wanting to do better academically, testing-wise, and I was having some trouble sleeping.
If New Start wasn't here, I'd find it really difficult to believe that I would have been able to graduate, would have been able to get there.
A video of Seth walking his dog around CSU's campus is shown on screen.
Simply because I kept having to essentially take semesters off to try and work on myself, and I wasn't necessarily getting done until New Start introduced me to the right help. They certainly helped me get to the graduation point.
As Seth speaks about the graduation point. A photo of him in a full cap and gown is shown on screen.
Without New Start, my academic career at CSU might not still be going, again, because vocational rehab is not the easiest process to get done. Not exaggerating, it's improved my daily life. So, without New Start, I wouldn't have that improvement, which is important to me.
New Start directly impacts student veterans in many ways. There's the raw numbers with over 300 student veterans served, but it's the personal stories that the veteran participants themselves convey that truly better reflect the impact. 85 to 95% of our participants report improvements in self-advocacy, academic performance, goal setting, self-determination, among other things.
As James is speaking, video of Chris and a peer is shown on screen. As James mentions, 85 to 95% of participants noticing improvements in self-advocacy, academic performance, goal setting, and self-determination. Corresponding graphics of both text and bar graphs filling with percentage appear on screen in an attempt to hammer home James's point.
And so that was reassuring, but the true impact, I think, in the inspiration is what you get, the stories you get from participants, direct quotes and statements. We have just countless statements of people who literally say they would not have persevered if it wasn't for these services. They wouldn't have got their degree. They wouldn't have got the job they wanted. They wouldn't, maintain their social relationships. And so those directly from the participants to me is that it's priceless.
Seth, Kara, and Chris are about to give their closing statements of how the New Start program has impacted them during their time at Colorado State University.
My New Start is giving back to those who need it.
My New Start is applying for graduate school and becoming an architect.
Ideally, my New Start is more impactful on my life and others' life than what I did in the military. I would love to find a career that fits me, and I think that I found that through computer science. That's in large part to New Start, so thank you, New Start.
A video of Seth and his peer walking underneath the American flag is played on screen. This video was filmed, edited, and described by the College of Health and Human Sciences at Colorado State University, improving physical, mental, and social well-being.